What's up? It's 9:59 up, and today is Friday. I have a Roseanne video for you today. This is all about Roseanne. This whole entire video is about Roseanne and what she knows and how she's it gives that she knows more than she's letting off about Hollywood, all the weird stuff that goes on, or the because we think that they're like kind of like devil worshippers, and they set get repping they set and stuff like that, that they're on that they like work for the devil and stuff like that, or some type of low vibrational entity, basically is what I'm saying, or that we want us to do low vibrational things and stuff like that. And Roseanne has done or has said a number of things that made me believe that she knows more than she's letting off, and that she maybe has participated in that stuff. I'm not gonna say that she is right now, because I really don't think that she's participating in any of that type of stuff right now, but I do have a feeling that she has, and you'll see why in the videos that I'll be playing. But let's start this video off with playing the interview with her and Monique.
I want y'all to look at my neck. I got a fat neck. You see that, Roseanne?
I do. Look at mine, it's all wrinkled.
If y'all see another Monique and that neck ain't fat.
Are you saying that you think they take people out and clone them and put a robot in their place?
Well, this is what I'm saying. I don't know what they doing. I don't know what they doing. What I know is our eyes, it's like you almost saying, are my eyes deceiving me? Am I saying what I think I'm saying? So I don't know what they're doing. I'm just telling y'all, if you see me and my neck ain't fat.
Well, do you think they're nefarious? Like, do you think that it could be they're aliens that's out here to just drink our blood and leave our corpse laying there, taking our livers and shit? Do you think they're
Again, I don't know what they doing. But if you ever FaceTime me and my neck ain't fat, I'm your ass to come get me. You come get me. Listen, I was doing a show in New York, right? It was the first time I've shared this story public. I was doing a show one night in New York, and this guy had on sunglasses in the front row. And I said, listen, I'm not going to keep coming back over here seeing you with these sunglasses. There's no sun in here, and you being disrespectful. I need to be able to see you, right? So he laughing, and I walk to the other side of the stage. I come back. I said, you think I'm playing? If you don't take them damn glasses off, Roseanne, he lifted up his glasses, and everything was black.
Oh, he didn't have any eyes?
Did you hear what I said?
What?
He lifted up his glasses, and everything was black. The energy I got from him was, do you want to comment? I look back at him, and the energy I gave him was, I'ma mind my business and walk my ass back down to the other side of the stage, because I want to keep my fat neck. I'm not questioning shit. Keep your glasses on. I bought him a drink too, because I didn't want it to go no further. I didn't want him to be offended.
Oh, that's scary.
So, we don't know what.
I thought you meant he just had like a black holes there with no eyes.
No. There was just complete black. Like it wasn't, it was as if take my eyeball, just make my eyeball all black.
Yeah. No whites of the eye. Just demonic, you mean?
For me, this interview really shows you how much they both know. I feel like they're really trying to warn people and save face and let them know, like, hey, if this such and such happens, they're really trying to save face for themselves. Roseanne is one of those people where she has said a few kind of wacky things. Well, not even kind of. She has said and done a few things that made her look like a kind of like an Orlando Brown type, maybe not to the extreme, for real. But she has said some things that has made people look at her sideways. So some of the things that she says hasn't always been taken serious. Well, not at least from me. But this interview, I believe they're serious. They're dead serious. They're not playing. This shows you, like, they even said it. People are repping what side they're on. They're showing you this is what, side they're on. They're, doing all the signs. But she does another interview. I have never seen Monique do interviews like this. She probably has, but I just never saw her. But Roseanne, I've seen her done a lot, actually. Yeah, a lot of, maybe a few dozen. I saw her do like a few dozen interviews. But she does like videos, like, on her regular phone, just like, like selfie videos where she has said some alarming things. I'm not sure how true it is. I'm not them, so I'm never gonna know. We're not them, so we're never gonna know how true this is. But it's really convincing when they do and say certain things for me, because well, really not even just dumb. I started looking deeper into this because people were passing away and stuff like that. So I was like, okay, no, there has to be some type of truth to this, like, you know, certain things. Because the same people who are warning and throwing out and saying stuff are the same ones who are actually passing away. So that was like weird for me. And they're not even passing away like, oh, you know, them doing it to themselves or anything, like passing away like in weird ways. So let's get to this next, let's get to this next interview that shows you how much Roseanne may know. And if not, then the only other guess is maybe she's trolling, or, you know, she's getting paid to do this or something, to keep up like this, you know, facade or something. Like maybe they want us to think this so that we keep watching or something. But if not, if they don't want us to think this, for us to keep watching, and this is all like real, then it just shows you just how easy it is for you to be tricked. Because if you're not there, because it's one of those things where it's like I keep saying, and I'll keep saying in every video if I have to, if you're not there and you're not them, it's one of those things where you just never know.
You were talking about your experience being canceled.
Oh, yeah.
You guys obviously have that in common. I'd like to talk to you.
Yeah, I was pissed that nobody stuck up for me. That's what I was going to say.
Nobody did?
No, and I said, oh, my God, nobody's sticking up for me. You know, when somebody in the government calls the network to get you fired because you pissed...
No, that's a story. I'd love to be a fly on that wall.
You insulted a Democrat candidate, and the president of the network had plans to run as a Democratic candidate, as Oprah said on her interview of him, Robert Iger. And so I upset the Democrat Party, and his first call was to Valerie Jarrett and Michelle Obama too, and Susan Rice over at Netflix, and they're like, so they in 20 minutes. But when the government calls the network, I mean, that's just complete fascism. And we are going to talk about fascism, but we'll come back to it.
I'd love to see a recording of that call. I would love to have heard.
See, that's what I was going to ask you. I wished I could go back in time and be a fly on the wall there, or dress as somebody delivering sandwiches to hear those calls. Right, yes. So I was like, I want James O'Keefe to tell me how I can go undercover, because it should be exposed of why they would choose to destroy their #1 star and their #1 show, which they hadn't had for decades. Finally, they were making money, so they destroyed themselves. And how come their stockholders never asked about it? And they canceled the show before even one advertiser pulled out, for a favor to the Democrat Party.
Said is, nobody stood up for you.
No, except for Monique. But a lot of people aren't bad per se. No, they're scared.
They're scared, and they got to get that paycheck. And I bet you a lot of people inside Disney, there's good people that work for Disney, but they're scared, and they need that paycheck.
When talent is a gift from God, and so talent is, like the Chinese say, the nail that stands up must be hammered down. And talent is the thing that makes the nail stand up. So when you are talented, the one thing about being talented and able to generate money and move money around the hands is you get a lot of moths attracted to you, a lot of narcissistic people who don't have any talent, but they kind of like live through yours and try to usurp it and try to, they try to sponge off it and think it's theirs.
You've experienced that.
Yeah, they think it's theirs.
Did you know that they were like that when they first...
That they were vampires? Yeah, I knew they were vampires, always. Since I was a little girl, I knew that vampires existed. You knew that they were like that, and you just sort of were careful and judicious with trusting them, and you just knew that they were that way. Well,
You're asking her about the cast on Roseanne, or people in general?
Just in general.
So as you can see, Roseanne is talking about a number of different things in this entire interview. I put just a clip so you get a gist of everything. But this right here is when I really knew I needed to look deeper into her interviews and know everything, not everything, but like everything she said in regards to like, something going on that we are unaware of. I knew I needed to look into it because this shows me how much she knows. And I want to know how much she knows. So I went and looked at a different interview, an older interview, because, these interviews are more new. Who knows if she just started talking like this, talking, not crazy, but weird. I don't keep up with Roseanne or nothing like that. I'm just now starting to, like, get into her and see what she gives. But before, I just knew her from the TV show. So these interviews, I thought she just went crazy pretty much. I'm not even going to explain no more. I just thought she went crazy. So I wanted to see what she did when she was younger to know if this just started or has she been doing this. Watch this interview, this next interview. This interview is when she was a little bit younger, and just watch it.
And when I was 12 years old, I signed a deal with Satan in my room, and I was to...
CBS doesn't condone this.
Wait a minute. Because I wanted to get famous no matter what, and, you know, then I forgot that I had this deal with Satan and everything, and then I got really famous. And then one day I, had this tragic singing accident at
yes, I remember that, yeah.
And I realized then that Satan was coming for my soul. So, yeah, he wanted me to pay up. So, about that and how at the end I invite Satan to dinner at Spago. And
you should, he's there most nights, but you should.
But wait, and I asked him to, you know, give me a refinance on my soul thing. And so that works out. It has a happy ending.
Oh,
so far, out of all the 3 videos that I've played, there's a theme. She knows something that we don't. There's something going on that we're unaware of. There's a link reader that is a different entity that is low vibrational. She just said, as you can see, she sold her soul to the devil when she was 12, or made some type of deal, and she got her soul back. That right there is, I can't even get it out. How is that a joke? Like, I guess it could be a joke. Okay, you know what? For me, that was icing on the cake. I don't care what nobody says. That right there was icing on the cake. I don't understand how that could be a joke. If we playing like that, then fine. But she's serious. She's not serious. You know, back then it seemed like she wasn't as comfortable speaking. Like she was scared. That's what it gives me. So when I saw this clip, let me tell you how I started putting the pieces together. I was like, okay. So back in the day, you know, she was still scared. She didn't want to come out. She didn't know what was going to happen, right? So she would just jokingly, like, you know, say little things, you know, try to get her ones in. But now that she's not scared, she's getting older. She's like, probably like, you know, pluck it. She's probably saying like, pluck it. She's probably like, whatever, you know. And she's coming out fully because she's so much more serious to me in these newer interviews rather than like the ones when she clearly is like, you know, younger and she like still was in her like prime for fake. She was like jokingly saying these things, but it's all the same vibes, all the same theme. Like she's still hinting at the same things to me. Like she's still hinting at, you know, there's this entity that is, you know, claiming to be all mighty and powerful and could probably do a lot for you. It's a low vibrational entity, and you know that's the same thing. So you know what? Let's play how she or why, you know, they're saying or she's saying she was canceled. Let's play that video.
You don't notice it at first, but pretty soon you will start noticing it unless you have a lot of discretion, which I do because I was there for so long. And that's why I did leave about 16, 17 years ago. But once you have the discretion, you know what to look for. You know what the things they say and the way they say it and the way they look and the way they twist a phrase and a word. Then, you know, that's time to retreat and run for your life. They don't got nothing you want.
Mel, you were in that world. How did you not lose your soul while working on a lot of big projects with big names behind the scenes who put the big movies on the big screens?
Well, Roseanne and I always laugh about, for some reason, they never invited us to the really sick, twisted stuff. So, you know, they kind of knew that we would be the ones that would blow the whistle. I got close enough, and that I know. What I do know, though, for sure.
Mel, can I say one thing?
Yeah, go ahead.
One time I was really depressed, and I said, how come they never invite me? And this girl that I liked a lot, woman that I liked a lot, we were drinking, and she got loose-tongued with me, and she said, because they're afraid. She always went to the parties, you know. Right. She goes, everybody's kind of afraid that you'll tell.
Right. Yeah. I know. I had the thing where I knew that people, I believe that now we're going to Epstein Island and they would fly away. And I'd be like, why doesn't anyone ever invite me? And the main person that was the most powerful, successful one of that group will be like, don't worry, Mel, we'll go up to the spa, you know, to ourselves. on a girls' weekend. I'd be like, I want to go with that. I want to go on the private plane to the island they're going to. Thank God I didn't. As you know, Roseanne, we both have talked about, thank God. But you know, we both have also seen the witches' covens and what they think they are and the spell. But I got to be honest, something I realized recently, because I was looking up the 7 deadly sins, because I feel like that's what they want to replace.
I was looking that up yesterday. That's crazy.
The same. We think like, but I'll tell you, pride is apparently the worst of all of them, and has a lot to do with Lucifer and all of that. But there's something else going on here. These guys are trying to, for me, I believe it's a humiliation ritual of sorts, pushing us to accept, to keep pushing the envelope. How much can they humiliate us, to humiliate ourselves, to lower ourselves? Because they know this is like last time we talked about how Jim Brewer was saying with me. He was saying those guys that are men that put on these little skimpy outfits and go and dance in front of little kids. They know it's wrong in their minds. They know. But we're acting like it isn't wrong, or the people around them, they're kind of making you bow to what is unholy, to what is ugly, to what is evil. And that is a ritual of some sort. Like I heard about them that would go on in Hollywood. A lot of it, these crazy ritualistic parties. Now we hear that Hunter Biden was kicked out of Sanctum, for God's sakes. But you wonder what was going on. No, you don't have to wonder. It's all, a lot of it's about
I can speak to that for a minute, because when I came to television as a comedian purposely because it made me sick since I was a little girl to watch the crap that they expected families, and specifically young children, to swallow. And it wasn't true. It was just a whitewashing, brain dead, dumbing down thing. And I came to television because I wanted to show the American people, the working class people and other people, I wanted to show the soul of people, and, you know, how magnificent they are, how heroic, you know, how no matter what they go through, they still cling to spirit and love for each other, no matter what. And do you know, I could go into 3 hours of how they tried to beat that out of me. Yep. They would have lawyers, you know, around me on the set just going, well, you know, people are not going to like this. And I go, do you think that the people like that you make them look stupid? You think that that's what they want? They don't. And I have this fight every day. I go, I'm here to uplift, not degrade. And I had that fight every single day of my career. And to say that, you know, that are there Satanists? Hell, are there not any? That's what I would say.
The interview I just played clearly speaks for itself. And if you don't believe that she knows more than she's letting off after that interview, then watch these next 2 interviews to show you just how much she knows. And then this should really like make you question, wait, not only like, okay, so you know a lot and you've been spilling tea like everywhere, right? Why are you not gone? They get them gone for less. So are you like a part of it? I don't know. This is why I don't know what to believe. So, okay, I'll watch these 2 next videos and I'll be right back to say a little bit more. And then we're going to end this video off with 2 more videos after the 2 or 3 I'm going to play next. And we're out.
Roseanne Barr, did you see what she said today? She said she doesn't see a 2024 election even happening in the United States.
I don't think we're going to have no election.
You want to bet money?
I'll bet.
How much?
I'll bet big. I don't think we're going to have no election.
$1,000.
All right.
Shake hands.
I do not want to hear that.
I mean, it's possible, because if Russia does technically declare war, or we declare war, then he can stay in.
Right. He could declare martial law, or you could literally go into the War Powers Act, which then takes him out of the occasion, and then you have an entire emergency set up right now.
Is there a code or something in Hollywood where like you can find out who is like in the Satan Club?
Well, like I say, it's better to say who isn't.
Right.
Because they're all in it. Right. Every one of them.
Of course, I'm not surprised with her saying it's easier to say who's not in it. Okay, everybody, I believe that. I think that it's even like down to influencers now. Like influencers to me is the new celebrities. I don't know how everybody else feels about that, but I wholly believe that. I think that if you have like, dang, I think that if you have over like 1 million, I'm gonna say 1 million just for the sake, of this video, I'm gonna say, if you have like over 1 million followers, it's crazy for you. Like, you have to do certain things. You can't say certain things. You're now being monitored, watched, all that. Now, are we gonna have a 2024 election? I watched some people. I was in this Discord, this weird Discord that I got off of Reddit at that. I don't even know how to explain this Discord. Maybe I'll do a video on it. I was in this Discord and they were talking about how, like, we're not going to make it to elections 2024. So when I saw that, because this was, like, in the mix of me making this video was the first time I even saw her say something like that. I never heard her say, like, oh, we're not going to make it to 2024 elections. I never watched all these interviews that I'm playing. I saw a few other clips. I haven't went to the actual channel or wherever they are posting these interviews. I haven't watched the full hour-long, 2-hour-long, however long these interviews are. I haven't watched the full interviews. I will do that because I want to do a follow-up on Roseanne. There's so much. I didn't even know there was this much on her. There's so much. So we literally have to do another video. It's like no other choice. But that was it for today's video. 19T9 out. Oh my God. I hope I did not forget to say something. I feel like I did, but just watch these 2 last videos.
I have this to say as follows. And it's okay I say it because nobody lives the fucking thing I say, which is great. I'm tired of being monitored, you know, and corrected and shit. Fuck it. I'm going to say what I'm going to say. Trump, hear me when I say this. Trump is, in my opinion, the first woman president of the United States.
Hey, you guys, how you doing? I'm pulling up weeds, as you can tell by my lack of fingernails and such. But I just wanted to put this thought out there that I thought everybody could understand, because I realize no one can understand anything I'm saying. And they're MK Ultra hoods that they've been hoodwinked with. They can't hear me, they can't understand me, they can't decipher anything I'm saying, and that's because I'm speaking from a whole other frequency that they're not used to. And because they're in a 3D frequency and I'm in a 5D frequency. Okay.